Hey, how's it going, friends? I'm Darkoburi, the collector, and today we have this truly incredible unboxing experience. And now, for today's video, we're going to have this exclusive piece from Prime Studio. But as it is, we can't see what it is. So let's open it up. The exclusive edition of Ikki de Fénix from Prime Studio. And now, to kick off this incredible unboxing we're doing today of Ikki de Fénix, the bronze saint from Knights of the Zodiac, here we have him from Saint Seiya. It's a piece from Prime Studios. Just look at the size of the box, and if you noticed, the previous box said it weighed 18 kilos. This incredible piece weighs 18 kilos and will stand at about 72 centimeters tall. So it's going to be roughly about this big, and honestly, the box is impressive. Let's take a look at the box a bit before taking the piece out from inside. As you know, on this side we just find some notices in different languages because Prime Studio ships their pieces internationally. On the back of the box, we just have the same image of Ikki Fénix, and now, the spoiler for this video is going to be the piece itself. This is the piece we're about to get here on the Darkoburi channel. And if you look, honestly, the box is impressively huge. The last part we still needed to see is the top part. Why is this important? Because over here on this side, if you look, it tells us piece number. It's number 56 out of 700, from the EX edition that Prime Studios made of this premium Masterline Phoenix Ikki Finals bronze cloth, which is the final bronze armor of Ikki de Fénix. So thank you, Prime Studios, honestly, it turned out amazing. The first thing we found inside this box is this calendar. I'm going to leave it here for a moment so you can check out the photos that come with each month. These are all the figures that are coming out this year, and stay tuned because here on the Darkoburi channel, you'll get to see this one of Leon S. Kennedy and this one of Claire Redfield. Next, we have this announcement for another piece. As we already know, there's a deluxe version and a regular version. And most importantly, here we have our instruction manual to see how we're going to assemble our Ikki de Fénix and how to properly remove all the pieces. So now, let's get started with this amazing unboxing. Without further ado, we've already removed the top part of the lid, and honestly, the base really stands out. Let me show you the base. If you look here, you can see the Phoenix drawn on it, and its desiccant bag, which we'll keep here. Here it has some springs for the battery so it stays in place. Later on, we'll see our Phoenix light up. On this side of the base as well, check it out. Here on the Phoenix there's something here so it lights up. And if you remember, we've already done an unboxing of Prime Studio here on my channel with the Joker. Remember what the most important part was? The bottom part, right here. Let's first take a look at what's down here. Let's see if it's all good. Here is piece number 56 out of 700 from this Prime Studio. Ikki de Fénix. Honestly, it's awesome. Get a close-up so we can see it much better. And now let's lift it up because we've got more details here. If you look closely, the Phoenix is drawn right here. This is the final height the piece will have. And this is where we're obviously going to mount our Ikki de Fénix. So let's take out the other pieces. I'll put them over here on this side. I wanted to show off the base, obviously. If you notice, it's very solid. And as we can see here on the back, it has this little button for turning it on. And here it has the USB cable so we can power up our piece. Now that I've taken out all the pieces from the first box, here we have the wings. And what's impressive is, look, here's the connector and these two little pins that connect the wings. So we're just going to do it like this. They're magnets so our piece stays in place. On the other side, we also have the connectors for the battery here. And over here the two magnets. Just insert it. Nothing else to do. Really simple. It looks like a fragile piece. That's why I don't want to move it too much. If you look, it's impressive. And for this we do need our instruction manual. Because inside each of the Phoenix's wings, these small figures will go. If you notice, they all have magnets, and you just place them here. What I noticed in this part, which is the instruction manual, is that each one does have a specific shape, but I need to take out the ones that come in the other box in order to assemble the figure. We've already taken out all the pieces from this amazing puzzle, and our first impression of the armor is, wow, honestly, it really looks like the Phoenix. All the details here, just on the torso alone, are incredible. Let's do a close-up on the quadriceps, on what our Phoenix has here on its right leg. It honestly looks impressive. Even the way the clothing folds, if you look here at the abs, he's got his six-pack. Seriously, the Phoenix and everything else surrounding the armor, from the belt to everything here, it's just amazing. The knee pad and the whole area around the feet are honestly incredible. Check out the colors on the armor. They're just out of this world. Let's place our Phoenix here. Here's where the torso of our Phoenix goes. Like I said, first we're going to assemble the knight. After that, we'll add all the flames, and we'll do that part a bit faster. One of the interesting parts of the Phoenix armor is that on the back, you attach the the wing pieces that the Phoenix has. Here we have the arms, and the only difference between this one, let's see, here, this one, which is the same, is that it has this flame on the arm. Obviously, we're going to choose this one here. And we get a pair of hands. If you notice, there are two left hands that are open, two right hands that are more closed. But they're identical. They're exactly the same. I don't know why they included them. Here we have the shoulder pads, and the addition we have, which is the EX, comes with these face swaps. Let's take a look at the expression here. Let's do a close-up because each of these expressions is different. Here he looks calm, here he's angry, and if you notice, the expressions get more intense each time, here more serene, and all of them have the scar next to the nose. And if you want him without the helmet, which honestly, I'm not going to display him without it, here our Phoenix is making his grand entrance, so why would he come in without his helmet? Let's pick one of them, and I think this one is going to be the winner. He's entering the fight. Let's suppose he's coming to defend his brother Shun. Remember that in the anime, they didn't know they were brothers, but in the manga, they're all brothers. Honestly, Mr. Mitsume Sakido, the champion of champions, had more than 100 kids scattered all over the world and a ton of money, because he brought them all to his house and then, I don't know, made them all fight for the armors. He said, I want all the armors for myself. But unfortunately, the man dies almost, 5 years before they can get the armors, and when everyone comes back with the armors, the man is already dead. We have our arm over here, let's put it on. Honestly, with this being magnetized, it's not that much of a hassle. The fist that he has on this side, do you see it? Without further delay, let's put it on here. First the shoulder pad on this side. Check out the inner paint job. How awesome everything looks here on the outside, which complements our Phoenix armor. So, I'm going to do a quick assembly to show you the whole figure, and at the end of the day, it's going to look splendid. So stay here. I'm going to put on all the fire parts, and we'll be back here on the Darkoburi channel. We've finished assembling our piece, and honestly, it turned out amazing. Here we have Ikki of the Fénix, the proud bearer of this armor that regenerates itself, even as it gets destroyed, and in battle it regenerates just like the mighty Phoenix. Let's remember that Ikki was sent to Death Queen Island. Why? Because they were going to send Shun of Andromeda, his brother, who was supposed to go to that island, and he says, you know what? I'll go instead. Because it was a place, full of evil, really hot, but he didn't realize it. Like they say in the manga, you know what? The Andromeda Island, which is the one Shun was supposed to get, is even worse. Ikki says, no. You know what? Stop everything. Put a halt to it. He gets electrocuted there with some. Now, there was Mitsume Sakido's electric fence, and he can't stop Shun from leaving. And obviously, they beat him up before he even gets to Death Queen Island. There he finds Esmeralda, and after they kill her, and she stays alive just long enough to say her last words, that's when all the Phoenix's hatred comes out, and he becomes the bearer of the armor. Let's remember that the stories change a bit between the manga and the anime. You have to watch both, honestly, they're both awesome. In the manga, that's where he finds out they're all brothers, and that's why he decides to destroy the Mitsume's Aikido Corporation or Foundation. That's why he gathers the Black Knights, steals the Sagittarius armor, which was originally only supposed to be one. Then they said, you know what, the script is really great. They brought out both gold armors. That's why the Sagittarius armor changes in the edition during the Galactic Tournament, when Phoenix shows up to steal the helmet. And then, when the real Sagittarius armor appears, they change it for the re-edition. So, let's look at the details. The final bronze armor of the Phoenix. This was one of the parts that comes apart. Like I said, it's completely magnetized. All these parts that hang down. Here, the crest of the Phoenix and all this part of the fire gets attached to make Ikki look truly fierce, now fully covered in flames. The details here on the shoe, the armor, the back part of the foot, where you can literally see the texture of the Phoenix, everything that sticks out here from the knee guards, the belt. Here we have this accessory. Let's look at his left arm covered in flames, now looking truly menacing, with the brew, now with the hand. All the detail here on the arms, from the triceps, the quadriceps, and the shoulders. And here we have this fire effect on the shoulder pads, everything that makes up the head. Like I said, there are several. The last details we're missing from our piece are to see the entire back part of the sculpture. Like I mentioned, this is where the button was, and it has these stones embedded in it. Honestly, it gives the effect that the Phoenix is emerging from the very ground that Ikki stands on, and here, the plumage is already placed over the Phoenix's armor. So, here is our imposing Phoenix. If you notice, the armor doesn't look like it's been in battle yet. Sometimes, in the show, it would suddenly appear already broken. But since it's the Phoenix armor, it regenerates automatically. This is, honestly, an absolutely amazing piece from Prime 1 Studios, the first of the pieces released in 2021, which is why they gave us our calendar. So honestly, it's impressive. We ended up with a few extra pieces here, as you can see, an additional arm. We have the extra fists and 3 interchangeable faces. Like I said, because we have the X edition, it came with this set of extra items and without any issues. And finally, the finishing touch from our friends at Prime 1 Studios. Now, as a premiere on the Darkoburi channel, we're going to light up the Ikki Fénix piece. Just look at how our Phoenix shines here. It looks absolutely imposing, super badass, honestly, and it really complements our character here. I'll leave it here so you can get a good close-up of our piece. And if you like this video, leave a comment below. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone who could tell me they didn't love this Phoenix piece. Once again, huge thanks to Prime 1 Studios, who started following us on our YouTube channel. Honestly, their pieces are incredible. That's why we decided to do another one from the same studio. Remember, we're on all social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Medium. Check us out on all our social media. Remember to give us a like, a heart, I love it. Share it with your friends. Swing by super quick to our online store, which we already have up on darkoburi.com, where you'll find exclusive pieces that will sell you right here, directly from Darkoburi, so you can be sure it's an original piece. Also check it out because we have mugs, pins, we've even got tumblers, everything you need for gifts, you know, for your best friend. Check us out everywhere, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and remember, Darkoburi, peace out. Darkoburi!